CM Punk has announced that he agreed to return to WWE in 2019. What's up, wrestling fans? I'm Ben Allison here at Wrestling Republic, and this is a big news story today. Of course, as we all know, CM Punk left WWE in 2014 after he walked out after the Royal Rumble match and was not seen again. He went on, of course, to compete in the UFC. He was unsuccessful there, and afterwards he ended up doing a little bit of WWE Backstage, which was Fox Sports' WWE show, their basically post-SmackDown show, for a little while. And around this time, there were a lot of rumblings that potentially Punk was going to be returning. After all, he was on a WWE product, something which people for the longest time thought would never happen again. But it didn't happen, and he ended up leaving WWE Backstage and went to sign with All Elite Wrestling to make his return to in-ring wrestling in 2021. And of course, we all know how that run went. In 2023, he departed the company, and in late 2023, he made his WWE return. But on an interview today with Robbie Barstool on My Mum's Basement, he has revealed that he actually agreed to return to WWE back in 2019. Punk stated that he believes the internet perception is that WWE would not have him back. He was unable to return to WWE, so he went to AEW instead. But he is claiming that that is untrue. In fact, he revealed that in 2018 and 2019, WWE were blowing up his phone about a potential return to the company, but he kept saying the same thing, and the same thing was no. But eventually, Vince McMahon called him up personally and said, hey, let's cut the middleman, let's have a chat. And CM Punk agreed to have a meeting. And he revealed that this meeting was in fact with both Vince McMahon and now WWE head of creative Triple H. So they had a meeting. Punk describes it as hilarious, but it went well, and they had a handshake deal. He thought he was going to be returning to professional wrestling in 2019 when a lot of fans were saying the product was stale. It was at that point, if you remember, where the McMahons came out and they said, hey, we are going to start listening to you fans. So maybe that's actually what that meant. Maybe it was at that point they decided, hey, let's try and bring back Punk. But they then just ghosted him. I mean, this is hilarious. Why they actually agreed to return and then they just ghosted him out of the blue. Now, putting my speculation hat on for a second, I reckon maybe the timeline was around the time that CM Punk made that tweet about Saudi Arabia and blood money. Because that is the only possible logical reason you could say that they would just ghost him like that. And that tweet was in 2019 and the timings would kind of line up. But if they didn't line up, well, I mean, this just makes no sense. It was what fans wanted. They were chanting his name in basically every arena at that moment in time. The WWE product was cold as anything. I mean, it would have been a fantastic decision by WWE to bring him back. So then to actually persuade him to return, have a handshake deal, to just go back on it, wild. And like I said, a lot of fans were expecting, or not expecting, but thought it was possible for the first time in years around this time that he was going to return because of WWE Backstage. Anthony Crawley is saying man knew what was going to happen, and to be fair, that is a good point, right? If he returned during that time, I'd be stunned if there was as much momentum around WWE as there was when he actually did return in 2023. Plus, he was able to go over to AEW. He was able to, for at least a limited time, help that company out. And if he returned in 2019, well, this definitely wouldn't have happened. And this actually, of course, was around the time that AEW started as well. And the Young Bucks, on being the Elite, were very vocal about the fact they wanted to bring CM Punk into AEW. There's actually quite a few rumors that they actually had meetings with Punk as far back as well. So maybe it was the backstage stuff, maybe it was because the product was stale, or maybe it was because they felt there was a chance All Elite Wrestling could sign him, but obviously WWE eventually, for whatever reason, decided to back out of this deal and not tell him why. Frank Mendoza Corona says bro should be thanking AEW. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, to be honest with you. I do think CM Punk would have been fine if he didn't go to All Elite Wrestling. I still reckon later down the line when Triple H took over creative, there would have been an opportunity for him to return. But let's face it, AEW was what brought him back into professional wrestling, and it got a lot of hype around him again. But what do you guys think about this decision? Are you glad that he didn't return to WWE in 2019, or do you wish that it happened back then? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more news videos here at Wrestling Republic. Peace!